taking, just be. Don't take it. Taking, just don't be. And live my life.
Hey guys, welcome back. So today is going to be a full beat, a full coverage, fall inspired black smoky eye makeup look. So my brows are done. We're just going to move right on to our eyes. So I'm going to start by priming them, and I'm taking my CoverGirl concealer. I love using this concealer because it's very full coverage and it just gives me a perfect canvas for the eyeshadows we're going to use today. I'm going to set it with my CoverGirl Banana Setting Powder and just prepare my eyelids for the eyeshadow we're going to use today. So I'm going to be using two of the NYX Ultimate eyeshadow palettes. So I'm taking my big fluffy brush. This is going to be my transition color brush, and I'm just taking that orange shade and just blending that onto my eyelids. We want to make sure that we have a base because we are going in with darker colors today. I'm not really specifically blending this anywhere specific, but I just want a base to just guide me on where I want to put my colors today. So I'm dipping into that red shade. That's pretty much going to act as my second transition color. Again, I don't have a specific place. I'm putting it just right underneath the orange, just so that they pretty much mix in together and they transition perfectly together. So I just use that one was pretty much a smaller fluffy brush. So now we're going in with a more tapered brush. So this one I'm making sure to focus directly into my crease. That is pretty much going to be the color that guides the black that I'm going to put on next. So I'm making sure to just keep that directly in the crease, which is why I used a more pointed tapered brush so that it doesn't go anywhere but my crease. So now I'm taking my LA Girl brow gel and a flat brush, and I'm just literally going to place that gel all over my lids first. And as you can see, I'm taking my time and just making sure that it just stays on my lids, because guys, this can get really messy, but if you just take your time and just focus it on your lids, you should be good. So now I'm gonna go back in with that tapered blending brush, and all I'm doing here, guys, is just using circular motions to blend it out. And when it comes to this step, guys, you want to be very slow. Just take your time and just use circular motions. The circular motions is what is gonna blend it out. I felt like if I use windshield wiper, it wouldn't do. Do you see that? So pretty much just use circular motions to diffuse it and blend it out. So here it looks sped up, but I'm pretty much doing the same thing I did. So yeah, I know it looks hard, guys, but it's not. I promise. I promise. All right, so now I'm just going back into all of the shades and just making sure that everything just blends in perfectly with each other. And then I'm just gonna clean up the edges. I didn't want it to feather all the way out, so I'm just making sure to just clean up the edges. With a black smoky eye, I like to just focus it on my eyes. I don't like to wing it out. So I'm going into I believe that was the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and that palette is like one of my old but goodie palettes, and I just dipped into the black shade, and we're just going to pack that all over the lid where we placed the gel. We want to set that gel, because if we don't, it's gonna be all over the place. So I applied my lashes, guys. Eyes are done for now. We're gonna move on to complexion, and I'm just priming my face with my e.l.f. I believe that was the Pore primer. So I just want to make sure that my skin is nice and smooth for all of the products we're going to put on today, because I did go full coverage today. So I'm taking my CoverGirl concealer in Cappuccino, my go-to at the moment. This is going to conceal all of my dark spots, and we're just going to blend it out with a blending brush. All right, so for foundation, I'm taking my Revlon Color Stay. I haven't used this one. I had it in my stash and I just forgot about this poor thing, but this is honestly a great foundation. So as you guys can see, I just applied it to my face and then now I'm blending it out with my beauty sponge. And I think I bought this foundation in the summer and it was too light. So now that I'm more like it looks more of my skin tone now. So I'm glad I found it because I may start using it again. So now I'm just going to go ahead and conceal and highlight with my LA Girl concealer in Fawn, just the usual, and I'm going to blend it out with my sponge, of course. I need a new concealer, guys. I'm so comfortable with what I use. Like, I'm one of those girls who love makeup, but when I find something that works for me, I stick to it. But if you have any recommendations on a good concealer, please let me know. Something similar to the LA Girl, please, because I just cannot let that LA Girl concealer go. So now I'm gonna go ahead and contour. I'm cream contouring today with my Fenty Matchstick, y'all. This is honestly one of my favorite products. I don't use it much, but when I do want to cream contour, this is one of the products I do reach for. So I'm just going to pretty much blend it out now with the butt end of my beauty sponge, and it blends out so seamlessly and flawless. Like, this is literally one of my favorite products to use for cream contour, and I feel like the shade matches me perfectly as well. I do have a highlight and contour tutorial up on my channel. I will leave it in the cards above, so if you haven't checked that out, make sure you do check it out. So now we're gonna go ahead and set our highlighted areas. I took my Maybelline loose setting powder in medium deep, and I'm just dabbing that powder into all of my highlighted areas. We wanna set it, we wanna make sure it doesn't move, and we just want to be all matted right now. We wanna matte our face and set it. So now I'm going into my NYX contour palette and just taking that deep dark shade there and just going to set my contours as well. And I feel like that contour shade as well is like my perfect contour shade. I really loved all of the products I used today. They just all came together perfectly for me. All came through for me. So I'm taking my CoverGirl loose powder, and this is just going to be an all over powder. So as you guys can see, I'm literally putting it all over my face, and that's just going to pretty much blend everything together and set pretty much my whole face so that everything is locked in and just perfect. So now back to eyes. I believe that was my Annabelle eyeliner. I'm just putting that in my waterline. And then for my eyeshadow for underneath my eyes, I'm going in with the brown. I was gonna go in with black, but I felt like that would be just too overpowering. So I decided to use the brown instead. And I took my tapered pointed brush so that I could focus it right underneath my eyes. So now we're going in with mascara, just blending my natural lashes with my falsies, and then I'm gonna do my bottom lashes as well. All right, so I wanted to do an inner corner highlight, so I dipped into that shimmer shade and took a very small detailer brush and just applied that shimmer shade right in the inner corners of my eyes. I think this really pulled the look together and just kind of brightened the look as well. I did apply it underneath my brows as well, just so that my brows had that lifted effect, and it just literally finishes off the eyeshadow look. So now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my lips. I'm just lining it with my Kiss New York lip liner in chocolate. I decided to do like a pretty much neutral lip today. I didn't want to do anything too dramatic just because the eyes were already enough for me. So I went in with my NYX, I forget which, I believe it's called the Slip Tease lipstick. It's just a nude color lip, and then I go back in with my liner, because when you do nudes, y'all, you want to make sure you're lining your lips, because on us chocolate girls, it doesn't look right just placing it on your lids. So as you guys know, I like to put color back to my face. I dipped into my Quo blush, and then we're gonna add some highlighter as well. This is the Milani Strobe highlighter. This is honestly such a natural highlighter I love to use. You guys know that. So I'm just focusing that on my highest points as well. And then after, we're just going to set our face. I believe I used my, what was this? Catrice Multi-Talent Fixing Spray. And that's pretty much it for this look. I love how it came out. Flawless, easy. I love it. So if you guys love it, leave this comment down below and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.